Good morning, everyone. Afternoon, sorry. Prep Nurse 1 here. All right. In lieu of everything that is going on, I had. So here's what I want to explain something to you first so you understand how we do things as a group. I have a committee, okay? And so if any decisions have to be made without the entire group here, because normally when we vote on something, we do it as a group. Okay, get out of there. Get out of there. We do it as a group. It's a group vote. Everything is a group vote. But sometimes executive decisions have to be made. So I will call my committee, call my different folks that are on my committee, and we make the decision. It's always for the betterment of the group. Okay, an example would be the Wolf Slayer. The Wolf Slayer was 20% off when we bought it, and that was a group purchase, but we had to act fast, and the building was in great shape. It had just been repoed, so it had been discounted by like 20% because it was a repo. So that's why we made the decision to buy that. So that was just one example of a group decision. So, I mean, a committee decision, and obviously it benefits the whole group. So what I did is I called my committee and I said, in lieu of everything that is going on with the insanity right now with our government and stuff like that, and as of November 1st, you're looking at, no benefits and all this type of thing for people, and I think it could get a little crazy. It's just my opinion. I'm not saying it will. I hope it doesn't. I hope cooler heads prevail, but there's no guarantee of anything. I said, I want to take and go and get another food shop done now before the next get together. And they all agreed with that. And so that's what I did. So I'm going to show you what I got. I'm going to tell you how much everything cost. This whole trip was an Aldi's trip, okay? Just so you know. And so I'm going to go over everything. So what I tried to do is I tried to be diverse this time a little bit more. Got a lot of staples and things already, so try to think, okay, let's mix things up this time. Let's get some things that are different that we don't already have, that we could utilize. And so one of them obviously was stuffing mix, okay? So I don't know if you guys like stuffing mix. I love stuffing mix. So I bought a case of that, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. There's 12 of those, okay? I have, and I'll give you the number so that you kind of get an idea. So brown gravy mix, we have 129 packets of brown gravy mix, okay? Chicken gravy mix, we had 46. And then, what do we have? Turkey gravy? Yeah, turkey gravy mix, we had 27. So plenty of brown gravy mix, but not enough of the others. So one of the other things that I got while I was out, let's see, where's the other ones? Here we are. Okay. So I picked up 20 of the turkey flavored gravy mixes and 20 more of the chicken flavored gravy mixes. And those will get put into the second barrel because I absolutely have the room to stick those in there. So that gets us up higher with the gravy mixes. So why gravy mixes, right? When you are cooking rice, for an example, you don't want that bland, same taste all the time. So let's say I'm cooking rice and using rice in a meal 3 days a week. I'm just making a number up here. Well, one day I can use a turkey gravy mix, so that's what you're going to taste while you eat your rice. Then the next time I could use a beef gravy mix. You're going to taste that in your gravy or in your rice, and so it tastes differently. It's not the same. It's rice, but it's going to taste differently. And then the third time you're going to use your turkey gravy mix. So you're mixing things up so it's not the same bland thing that you're eating all the time. Okay? So this pasta back here that you see, that was from before. The rest of this is for now. So one of the things that I picked up was 2 cases of cut green beans. All right. So there's 12 in a case. So there's 24 cans there. The next one was 24 cans of sweet corn. Okay. So got 24 of those. And then to go along with that, I got 24 cans of sweet peas. Again, just a change of pace for your meal to taste. So, you know, with the different things, it's going to give you different options. Alright, so let's go over here. Now, again, pork and beans, okay? So there's different kinds in here. You have, let's see. Alright, so there's 3 different kinds of pork and beans. You got your original baked beans with bacon and brown sugar. All right. This one is brown sugar and hickory. And then this one is maple bacon baked beans. So each one of these has about 6 servings per can, 140 calories per serving. And that's, you know, that's really good. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for, you know, your fat's in there, a little bit of fat, but your protein and stuff like that. So baked beans are a really good thing to have. So I got 2 cases of those, which is 24 cans. All right. So the next thing, we'll slide this up over here. I have a case of chicken noodle soup. What's it? 4, 8, 12, 24 cans. 24 cans of chicken noodle soup. Again, that's something you could either just eat the chicken noodle soup, or you could take it, again, mix it with rice, right? Different taste. You know, there's rice in your pastas are going to be, and your beans are going to be your staples, right? That's your staples that you're starting out with. Now, what you put in with them to change the taste and make it different, so it's not the same every single meal, that's what you're looking to do. The next thing that I picked up, and I always think these are a really good thing to have, and that would be yams. Cut sweet potatoes in syrup. Alright, so let's look at the calorie count on that. 130 calories per serving, 5 servings in the container. Alright, so, you know, a lot of carbohydrates in there, and let's see, definitely your sugars are in there. So, you know, again, it's something different. It's an energy boost. And if you like yams, then they're pretty good. So I got 2 cases of that. So there's 12 in a case there. So the next thing I picked up, 4, 8, 12, yeah, 20. I got 24 cans of tomato paste. Again, with the different amounts of pasta that we've added to our preps, you're going to want to be able to have a sauce or whatever with that. So obviously tomato paste is definitely a good thing to have. So I picked up a case of that. And like the tomato paste, I don't think I had before. I don't think I had the vegetables before in my preps. I'm pretty sure I don't. I know I didn't have this stuffing in the preps. All right, so the next thing is a tomato sauce. Okay, so I picked up a case of tomato sauce, and again, there's 24 cans in that case. So again, with all your pastas, you can, you know, have a tomato-based paste sauce and stuff like that. So picked up a case of that. And then last but not least, now I already have 24 cans of this already, but again, with rice and chicken added, and then you go with a cream of chicken soup in that, it is unbelievably good. So I already had a case already, but I just picked up another case of that as well. So another 24 cans of that. So a lot of food. Definitely a lot of food. Adding onto our preps. So it's just trying to put ourselves in a better position overall with everything that we're doing. And we have really stockpiled. And all this will get put away for now. Now, the other thing I was going to tell you and explain to you really quickly, all those pastas that I put in there in the boxes and stuff like that, those will all be eventually vacuum or vacuum sealed in Mylar bags. We're packing stuff away right now in these 50-gallon barrels, and we're going to be adding, like I said again, we're going to be getting, well, we have Mylar bags. We're just going to have to take a day, sit down, and just take a barrel, take everything out, and just Mylar everything. Oxygen absorbers. Somebody had asked about, they had bugs and stuff in their pasta. Bay leaves, folks. That would be my advice. Putting bay leaves in with your, in with your rice, in with your pastas, whatever you're packing away, put a bay leaf in there. I always got them at the Amish store, and bay leaves are a great thing to have. I'm not sure where you can get them locally anywhere, but I know like with the Amish store, I always used to get the things of bay leaves there. But a lot of options. This gives us, again, I'm trying to, as we move forward with our shopping, certain things I want to continue to build up. Like we will add more rice to what we're doing, and more pastas. But I'm trying to have other things available to us to be able to utilize. And what we will do is when we do our get-togethers, we will cook up some stuff from our preps and then replace it, obviously, okay? So that's going to be one of the things that we're going to be doing. But adding this stuff today, oh, and the cost, let me tell you about the cost. So the total cost of everything, let me just look at this real quick, was $243, all right? So decent amount of food. How long is that going to keep you alive? Hard to say, depending on how many people you have eating that. But again, it's just another thing to do to stock up. And so it's really, to me, it's so important to be stocked up, and you have to be diversified in what you're stocking up. If you're just getting beans and rice, okay, and those, they're important staples, folks, don't get me wrong, very important staples, and you should absolutely have them. But you need to have something to change the taste. You need to have something to go with it. You need to have the spices to be able to utilize in your cooking as well. So just a few things, recommendations. I hope this helps. I hope people like these type of videos. It just gives you some ideas, I hope. And but you're looking like with the baked beans, that's an energy jump. The yams, energy boost. That's what you're going to be looking for, because you're going to need that energy to do the things that you want to do. All right? I will talk to you all later. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.